Leach back here at beautiful South Beach at Future Proof 2025. I'm here with my man Brian Kelleher, the CRO of Simplify. Great to see you.
Dan, thank you for having me.
Never a bad day on the beach, right?
It's phenomenal. This is Miami.
Well, it would bring me to Miami. Let's talk about Simplify. You guys are vibing yourselves right now. Let everyone know about it.
All right, so Simplify is about 4.5 years old. We're just under $7 billion. We've been very aggressive with our launches, bringing interesting, innovative products to market. So we've got about 36 strategies in market now, and another half a dozen to a dozen that are on the runway ready to go.
Runways are always good to kind of build them up, right?
Yes, especially with this nice wind.
Yes, you got to have the wind. It blows things around, but the runway's good.
Yep.
Let's talk about where we're at right now. It's obviously a very interesting time. You've got new administration, you got tariffs, you've got volatility, you've got anxiety, but you also have a plan on how things can get through this. And I know you guys at Simplify are looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got holistic solutions, and a lot of times we have interesting tools. So if someone has a view, whether it's we've got one that's long 30 years duration, one that's short 30 years duration. So you have an interest rate view, we've got tools in place to help you take those views, and then we've got holistic solutions that if you want diversification away from equities, we've got a bunch of different ways to do that. So what we're trying to do is make allocators better by adding alternatives, giving them different building blocks for portfolios, and just making advisors get access to areas of the market that they really haven't been, unless they had, we're a $5 billion plus organization with an Insta and lots of relationships. So
what would you say right now, speaking of that, and advisors not getting into the right parts, the ones that they should be getting into at least, what do you think the biggest misconception about that is right now, from the outside looking in, if you would?
So I think diversification is a challenge for a lot of advisors. So you have the old way of putting together portfolios, which is just kind of you've got equity tools, you've got fixed income tools, and if you have enough colors in your pie chart, you're diversified, right? What we saw a couple years ago is you had a correlation breakdown between rates and equities, right? So you had equity selling off at the same time that bonds were selling off, and this was kind of blew a lot of people's minds. Like, well, wait a second, that's not supposed to happen. So how do you fix that? So we've got tools that are providing access to true liquid alternatives that add a third leg to that stool and help get diversification away from equities, away from fixed income, and still seek an attractive absolute return.
I love that you brought up the pie chart colors, because people just get too merry. Just because you have different colors doesn't mean it's
That's right.
the right colors.
Right.
Talk about Simplify, next 3, 5, 7 years. I wish we could all see it in the future. I do have access to Marty McFly's DeLorean, but Doc Brown's DeLorean. But if we can't use that, look forward for us. Where do you see things going in general, but most importantly, where do you see Simplify going?
Yeah, I mean, just the market right now is showing you where we're going. It's going to be, you're going to have a lot of things that, there's so much innovation going on in ETFs, right? I mean, everyone a decade ago would think of ETFs as just plain beta.
Right.
And yes, we can slice up the beta. You're seeing that slicing occurring. You're seeing a lot of leverage and inverse occurring in the market. Access to true liquid alternatives, institutional quality building blocks, it's going to continue to move that way. That's where we are. So what we're trying to do is simplify access to complex areas of the market, right? Whether that's bringing derivatives onto exchange, making them transparent, usable, alternatives which historically have been very difficult to access, have been illiquid, have been expensive. We can put those on exchange now. We can make them fully transparent. We can make them cost efficient. We can make them daily liquid. I mean, that's a huge innovation. So we'll continue to do that. An area that we're I think is ripe for disruption. A couple products that we've got coming out is some of the structured products. So you've seen some of that, like our hedged equity, we've got a great solution there, but there's more that we can do there, and that's an area that we've got some products coming out pretty soon.
Beautifully said, and I like the tease there. Last one before I let you go, COVID, that 5-year anniversary was just like a few days ago. We're outside. Aside from being on the beach, which obviously we love, why do you think conferences like Future Proof are so important right now?
Credit to the Future Proof crew. They execute so well. I mean, this is just a great concept. I mean, we're doing the same work that we would in a neon lit conference room, but everyone's doing it outside. You're able to enjoy nature. You're able to feel the breeze. It just makes conversations more organic, more natural,
and memorable.
People really enjoy. Yes, exactly.
Like so this one right here.
Exactly, Dan.
Brian Kelleher, the CRO of Simplify. It was a pleasure talking with you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.